So you're someone who really wants to get to the heart of things, right? To understand what matters quickly without wading through tons of info. Well, that's what we do here. Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're zeroing in on something pretty eye-catching, actually. It's the new IWC Pilot's Watch Automatic 41 GUN Lake Tahoe.
Yeah, we've got some good details on this latest piece from IWC. And our mission, well, it's pretty straightforward. Boil it all down, pull out the most important, most interesting bits about this watch for you.
Definitely. And, to really get what IWC is doing with this Lake Tahoe, it helps remember their history with ceramic. It's kind of wild, but back in
1885.
they were the first out with a zirconium oxide case. That's the fancy ceramic we're talking about.
On the Da Vinci Perpetual Calendar, wasn't it?
Exactly. So this isn't some new fad for them. They've been pioneers with this stuff.
That background is so important. It really sets the stage. When they drop a ceramic watch like this, it's not like a test run. It's built on decades of work.
Shows they really know the material.
Deep understanding, yeah.
And you can't really miss their whole color exploration phase with the Top Gun line recently.
Oh, yeah.
We had the classic black, obviously. Then that sandy Mojave color.
The beige, yeah.
The green woodland, the blue Oceana, and now this really crisp white Lake Tahoe. Quite a palette they've built up.
It really is. They're definitely pushing beyond the traditional pilot look. And what's interesting here, I think, is that this Lake Tahoe white, we've seen it before.
Or out of the bigger ones.
Exactly. Chronographs, perpetual calendars, more complicated, larger pieces. Now, they've brought that same look, that white ceramic vibe, to something simpler, smaller.
And probably more accessible for a lot of people.
Yeah, more accessible, based directly on their, super popular Mark XX platform. That shift is pretty key.
Okay, let's dig into that Mark XX connection then. The sources basically say this is, well, a Tahoe Mark X.
Yeah, Tahoe. Good way to put it.
If you know IWC, that gives you a solid starting point.
Yeah.
It shares a lot, specification-wise, with the regular steel Mark X.
And even those special titanium ones, right? Like the Patrie Suisse.
Oh, yeah, the Patrie Suisse and the AMG Petronas one.
Right. So the foundation is familiar. Think of it like the same reliable engine, just with a very different, very white body.
So while the core is Mark XX, it's these unique Lake Tahoe bits that make it stand out. Obviously, that white zirconium oxide ceramic case is the big one. But the other materials are interesting, too. Stainless steel for the crown and titanium for the case back. Nice mix.
It is a thoughtful combination. And it's not just the materials. The size is slightly different, too.
Oh, okay. How so?
Well, this Lake Tahoe comes in at 41 millimeters diameter and 11.4 millimeters thick.
Okay.
Whereas the steel Mark XX is 40 mil by 10.8. So a tiny bit larger, a touch thicker.
Gotcha. So slightly bigger, but still well within that sort of compact pilot's watch feel. It hasn't suddenly become huge.
No, definitely not. Still very wearable. And then beyond the case material and size, you get all the familiar IWC pilot watch stuff.
Like the screw-in crown, steel.
Yeah. Yep, steel screw-in crown. You've got the screwed case back, titanium, as we said, with the top U, GUN engravings.
Nice nod to the theme.
The soft iron inner case, for magnetic field protection.
It's crucial.
And that sapphire crystal. AR-coated, and importantly, secured against drops in air pressure. Standard aviation feature.
Right. All the robust engineering you expect. Magnetic protection, pressure resistance. Good stuff.
And the 100-meter water resistance, too. Not a dive watch, but plenty for, everyday life.
Okay, let's talk dial. Because that's also had the Lake Tahoe treatment, hasn't it?
It has. It keeps that traditional matte black base, though, which is perfect for legibility, right?
Absolutely. Minimizes glare. Pilot Watch 101.
And on that black base, you've got your printed markers, white tracks, mostly coated in superluminova.
For that glow-in-the-dark visibility. Essential.
And I quite like the hands. They've gone with blackened hands here.
Yeah, reinforces that instrument panel look. Good contrast against the white markers.
Exactly. And, this is a nice detail. The date disc matches the dial.
So it's black.
Black disc, white print. Unlike the standard steel Mark XX, which usually has that white date disc that can sometimes, stand out a bit.
Yeah, that's a much cleaner, more integrated look. Shows attention to detail.
It really does. It's those little things that elevate the design.
And tying it all together is the strap. It's white, obviously.
Naturally. A 20-millimeter textured white rubber strap.
Feels right for the ceramic. Sporty.
Yeah, comfy, durable. And it comes with a titanium pin buckle.
Titanium buckle, too. Matches the case back. Keeps it light.
Exactly. Good material synergy there.
All right, so what's powering this white wonder? the movement.
Okay, so inside, it's the automatic caliber 32112. Should sound familiar.
Yeah, that's the Mark XX movement, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the Engineer Automatic 40 uses it too.
Precisely. So
Yeah.
it's a well-known, reliable engine, tried and tested. And it's worth mentioning it's made using Richemont's Valfleurier setup.
Right, Valfleurier, Richemont's movement powerhouse, basically.
Pretty much. Signifies a certain level of, group expertise and quality control behind it.
And the specs are solid. The power reserve is 5 days.
5 days, yeah. 120 hours, which
Yeah.
is super practical.
Definitely. Take it off Friday, still taking Monday morning. Nice.
Beats at 4 hertz, standard frequency, good balance of accuracy and longevity. It's got that efficient bidirectional Paul winding system.
Wings whichever way the rotor spins.
Yep. And, of course, a stop seconds function for setting the time accurately, hacking seconds.
All the key features you want in a modern automatic, really.
Absolutely. It's a robust, convenient movement package.
So, the big questions for anyone listening now. Availability. Price?
Good news on availability. It's available now, and it's part of the permanent collection.
Ah, not limited edition.
Nope, permanent.
Yeah.
So no mad rush needed. As for price, the sources state 9,000 euros.
9,000 euros.
Okay.
Puts it firmly in that luxury advanced material territory. Makes sense with the ceramic and the IWC name.
Exactly. Reflects the materials, the movement, the brand cachet.
Okay, let's wrap this up then. Let's try and distill the key takeaways from this deep dive on the new IWC Pilot's Watch. Automatic, 41, top yen, Lake Tahoe.
Well, I think the main thing is this watch brings that really striking white ceramic Lake Tahoe look to a more mainstream size and format. It builds on the solid, reliable Mark XX base, but gives it a completely different, very modern aesthetic.
Yeah, you get the looks, but packaged in a more, perhaps, widely appealing way than the bigger, more complex Lake Tahoes.
Precisely. It's that blend. The modern look of Lake Tahoe with the, the core DNA and engineering of an IWC Pilot's Watch.
It feels like a smart move. They're mixing their heritage Pilot Watch stuff with this newer, bolder design language from the Lake Tahoe series.
Yeah, it really does feel like a strategic blend. It offers something different without, totally abandoning their roots.
Haters to maybe a slightly different crowd, or people who liked the white ceramic but wanted it in a simpler watch.
Exactly. Broadens the appeal of the Top Gun line, for sure.
So, as we finish up, it does make you think, doesn't it? IWC has this long history with ceramics, like we said, going way back.
Decades.
And now they're clearly having fun playing with colors in the Top Gun range. Given that history and this current trend, what else could be next?
That is the interesting question, isn't it?
Could we see other materials? Or even wilder color combinations for these Pilot watches down the line? Seems like they've opened a door here.
You have to wonder. They've shown they're not afraid to innovate with materials or looks. It'll be fascinating to see where the Top Gun collection and maybe others go from here.